Well, welcome to Tosser Up Thursday. I'm Shelly.
I'm Greg.
And we're Day's Great Adventure. And we are here with our friends, Scott and Allison, of Jarhead and Ginger's Journey.
I'll let you guys guess which one's Jarhead and which one's Ginger.
So let's run away to faraway places. Escape from this life we have known. Your eyes are new worlds to discover. Your heart is the place I call home. Whoa.
We just wanted to take a few minutes and ask them some questions. And as we get to know them better, you can get to know them better. We're in the Spokane, Washington area. We are at Little Diamond Thousand Trails and having a great time. And this is a wonderful park. I love it. It's kind of like summer camp. So we're sitting out at we call it a lake, but it's actually called Mallard Marsh. That's what they call it. Mallard Marsh. Yeah, the swamp. No. But good fishing here and paddleboarding, canoeing, and swimming, and just a lot of fun. So let's get to it. So I don't have a list of questions. This is off the cuff. Tosser Up Thursday, you know. Never know what you're going to get.
And if you're going to get something.
Yeah, how did you say that? What did you say?
You get what you get, and you don't have a fit.
Yes, I like that. So, go ahead.
Okay, so you guys full-time?
Yes.
Yes. So what caused you to go full-time?
COVID.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of.
Actually, my job, I was an air traffic controller for the Marine Corps, and then when I got out, I stayed out as a controller with the Department of Defense. So when you move from place to place as a controller, you start over at zero again. I mean, you got your base knowledge, but you start at zero every time you go somewhere new with qualifications and things. And I, with my job, they would have kicked me out of, I couldn't control anymore after I turned 56 anyway. And I was 51, and they told me they weren't going to extend me in Okinawa again. So I said, okay, I'll just retire, and that's what I did. So during that process, we kind of thought that we were going to stay somewhere in Asia. So we had made all these plans to see all these different countries, you know, Vietnam and Taiwan and, you know, a bunch of different places. And like she said, then COVID hit and we weren't able to do that. So our plans changed to coming back to the States. And then we started thinking about, well, it doesn't make sense to have a house because we lost money on all the houses we ever bought before.
Right.
So we're done with that. And we have kids on both coasts and one in Texas. So that's where the full-time RV thing came in.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We've done, we've had 2 RVs before, so we weren't brand new to this, and we had lived full-time for about 3 months while we were building a house.
For a short time.
And so we kind of knew what we were getting into. It just didn't ever have to get rid of all my stuff before. That was the tough part.
It's a challenge,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yeah.
But there's freedom in it.
There
Oh, yeah.
is
So much
yes.
freedom in it.
So what about, like, what's your, the best things about this lifestyle, and what are the worst things about this lifestyle for you guys?
For me, best is we can go. You know, if for whatever reason we don't like the park or whatever, we can change our plans.
Or the people you're hanging with.
Right,
Look at the time.
Yeah,
we gotta go.
All right. So that, you know, that's one of the best things. And then, you know, when you are changing locations every week or 2 weeks or whatever, you know, you're seeing all the different views and scenery and everything. Like today we got a lake, tomorrow we may have a mountain, and the next day we might be on the ocean. Who knows?
I thought you were going to say yard work. For sure, yard work is true answer.
And
no yard work.
That's true.
Yeah.
But let's see. The bad one for me is probably moving day, just because it's the busiest day. You know,
Right.
You want to get where you're going, set up and just be done.
Mhm.
You know, so moving day is probably the worst, and it's not the most terrible thing ever.
Right.
The best for me is moving around and get to meet new people and just see all the places that we've wanted to see. Just the adventure, the bad. He took my moving day. So I'm going to say things break, y'all. These are rolling homes that are subject to, what is it, a 5.6 earthquake?
Yep.
Every, mile down the road you're bumping and things break. So we started our adventure November 9th of 2020, and so we've been in it about 8 months. And we've had, 3 major repairs, I guess?
So far, yeah.
3 repairs. But thankfully,
Wait a minute.
he did
I
them
thought
all.
if you bought a new RV, you were trumped from anything going wrong for at least 2 or 3 years.
That's what I thought too. It didn't work out that
It
way.
doesn't work out that way.
that way.
Go figure that. I don't know.
'Cause we bought used and we really haven't had any major
Well, we've had stuff falling off for the first 4 months.
falling off
Until
the walls.
I screwed them to the wall. They ain't coming off now.
You just never know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Never know.
It's funny for us. I used to dread moving day, and I still do. I mean, it's hard on me.
A lot of work.
A lot of work. But I've changed my attitude about it. Is just we're going to see things as we travel, and then we're going to a new place, and so part of it I kind of get excited about. The travel part of it, and maybe that goes back to my lifestyle used to be where I was traveling so much on the road.
Right.
Yeah.
That kind of must do something for me. But yeah, for most people, the travel days probably is the most stressful.
Yeah.
And also planning, the things. So, with that, so how do you guys plan your travel?
She does all of that for us.
Why is it a lot of guys just go?
Yeah.
She was she
Travel
went to
agent?
school to be a travel agent.
Oh,
so
well,
she
there you
loved
go.
that stuff.
Oh.
So she's always done it for all of our travel we've ever done. She's always done it. So why stop now?
So how do you do it?
It's funny because I have the travel agent certification, the medical administration, and the special education teacher, and I've barely used any of those. But the travel agent, I guess, helps me.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, we choose where we want to end up, our main goal of where we want to end up for a visit, and then I just choose places on the way, about no more than 3 to 4 hours driving usually, and then plan our route from there. I usually use or start out with a Google on my phone, and then before I set the route in concrete, I'll get out the RV GPS just to make sure we can go that way and not hit any overpasses or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, so that's it. I just like to pick the spot and
Pick a
then
destination
pick the way
and then,
there.
and then fill in the in between.
Yep. So this year we're actually making almost a complete circle around the U.S. We went from Texas up through Colorado and stuff, so we didn't make it all the way to the West Coast, but ended up in Washington. We're going across the northern states, down to the East Coast, and down to Georgia, then back to Texas. We're gonna not make Florida this year because we're getting a grandbaby in December, so we gotta get back to Texas.
Geography's obviously not her thing. We're on the West Coast, guys.
Did I say
Washington is the West Coast.
Yeah.
You were probably
And we
talking
were-
California.
well,
We were also in
I
Oregon.
knew what you
Well,
meant.
she was probably thinking
Yeah.
about the beach.
She meant California.
Yeah.
I knew
It's
what
just like
you
people who live in Seattle, they call that the coast.
Right.
It's not the coast.
meant. No.
But anyway.
Yeah.
But we kind of skipped over because we talked about it earlier, but just kind of your background and history. We call it Jarhead. So I mean, you're ex-Marine.
Yep.
Thank you for your service.
Problem.
Appreciate it. It
Absolutely.
means the world to me.
For sure.
I've had uncles that served in Vietnam, and her dad served in the Army and stuff like that. So I appreciate you guys' service. But tell me a little bit about your history in that and a little bit of your background.
Sure. So I didn't join out of high school. I graduated high school in '87. I didn't join the Marine Corps until '91, April of '91. I learned about the war over there, and I pulled over and watched it on TV, and then I went down and went to see the recruiter. Who knew it was only going to be a 100-hour war, and I wasn't even going to be in boot camp before it was over. But that's how it worked out. So, but anyway, so I went to boot camp in April of '91, and they put me in on what's called an open contract. So I didn't have a job scheduled. I was just go in, you're going to be a Marine, and the Marine Corps will put you where they need you. Okay, not the smartest thing I've ever done, but that's what I did.
I was going to say.
That's a lot of trust.
Oh boy, trust us. Trust us. We know what's best for you. And here's a gun.
Right. So my first job was a Hawk Missile Systems operator, and it's a missile system to shoot down airplanes. It's got a bunch of pieces, but basically they shoot big rockets and shoot down airplanes. So that was my first job, and I was stationed in Yuma, Arizona. I didn't care for Yuma very much. It's grown up a whole lot since I was stationed there in the early 90s. But so didn't care for that much, just because of the Yuma location. And I was gone all the time. I was gone for a month, and then I'd be back for a week or two, and then I'd be gone.
It gets a little hot there in the summer.
It does get a little warm.
Nice in the winter.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. So then the Marine Corps started to move away from the Hawk missile system. They were getting rid of it, and so I put in for what's called a lap move, a change of job basically. And the 16th or 18th one I put in for, I finally got, and it just happened to be air traffic control. And
so you went from a job with them shooting down planes to a job of trying to help the planes stay
and stay away from each other. Yeah. Yeah.
Go figure.
So yeah,
You're well trained. Oh yeah, he's got qualifications. He slipped right into this job.
Push a button to shoot him down. He can talk to him.
Push a button to keep him in the air. There we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I did. And then in '97, I went to the air traffic control school, and then hit my duty station after that was back to Okinawa.
Wait, this is an air traffic controller, right?
Yeah, the one with the flags. Yeah. A lot of people think that's air traffic control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
That's just the guy parking the planes.
Yeah. So we got to Okinawa, and that was actually my last tour. I hadn't planned it that way, but I got all my qualifications and everything that I needed, and then I was promoted to staff sergeant, or E6. So the next place I went, I was going to be some kind of an office guy or something, and I didn't want that because I just got into being an air traffic controller. So then I started applying for jobs, and I happened to get a job in Okinawa. Wow. So I left in my military uniform on Friday, and I came back on Monday in my civilian clothes to the same job.
That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that sounds good. So tell us how you guys met, because maybe a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah. I was in El Paso in college, and going through some stuff, and just happened to be meeting some friends at a bar for any coin, any drink night back then, before Jesus. And
You didn't tell us that.
I was walking out. I was walking out because my friend stood me up, and he asked me to dance, and that was it.
Sounds sweet. What else? You got something for him?
The story began. Well, we heard about Scott's past. How about Allison?
Well, I followed him all over the world. And so now he always tells me that I get to pick where we go, since I followed him.
There you go.
And but yeah, we have 4 kids together, and I spent most of my time raising them. And so now that they're grown and we're empty nesters, we're just having fun. I had just finished up my degree in special education when we were in Japan, but hadn't gotten the certification to teach in public schools yet. So now that we're on the road, I have the option, if I want to start making some money again, to teach English online,
Right.
whenever we have good Wi-Fi, but that's really iffy, as you'll know.
You couldn't do that here.
No. So that's my fallback, is to teach English, or if we have to get off the road, I can teach in a school.
So you weren't fully retired, as such you're open to work camping, doing some things.
Right.
Yeah.
As long as I don't have to clean bathrooms, I'm not doing it.
So how hard was it for your kids when you told them or was it hard for your kids when you told them what you were going to do? What was their response? And your family, kids and family?
The kids think we're crazy anyhow. We're pretty spontaneous as far as traveling and doing, whatever we want to do. I guess we just had his dad and stepmom were really worried about us. You know, what's your financial plan, kind of thing.
Yep.
They were concerned, and you know, we kind of have it figured out. Not really, we're winging it, but whatever.
I don't think that it surprised anybody that we ended up full timing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of just what we do.
Yeah.
We just move around all the time.
We're hobos.
You know, we thought that if we come back, I mean, we were on Okinawa last time for almost 8 years, but we moved 4 times on Okinawa, you know, so we just can't. There's something in our DNA that won't allow us to stay in a house anymore or whatever for very long.
Well, yeah, I think being military too, you kind of have that gypsy blood in you,
Yeah.
and so it probably wasn't.
Gypsy.
That's not a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad
Nomadic.
thing. Okay.
That's a good word.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gypsy sometimes,
Can get you in trouble a little bit some places.
Some places you got to count the silverware. Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, so we move so much that it's just like ingrained. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, we could sit somewhere for a couple of years, but then you get the itchy feet again.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Okay, so your channel is called?
Jarhead and Ginger's Journey on YouTube. We're also on, I do our Twitter, which is really weird for me
Ooh.
because she does everything else.
I do the Facebook, and I
Instagram.
dabble in Instagram.
Yeah.
So is it the same, under the same name and all that?
Yeah,
Jarhead and Ginger's Journey.
Okay, we'll put a link down below of those
Definitely.
and
Definitely.
stuff like that. So anything else?
Is there anything else you want to share?
Yeah.
Come on over and say hi. Show us some love.
For sure.
Yep.
They're fantastic. We've had such a good time together, and you know, in the YouTube community, you get to know each other.
Yes.
You message back and forth, and so when you finally do meet face to face, it's like, we know them already. They're
Yeah.
friends.
It's like meeting old friends,
and family.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just awesome. But we have thoroughly enjoyed
Yes.
spending time with
Yeah.
you guys,
We have
and look
too,
forward
yeah.
to it again.
Looking
Oh, yeah.
forward to it.
We'll see you this winter.
Yes.
Texas, baby.
For sure. For sure. So if you haven't yet, we would love it if you would subscribe to our channel.
Like the video, or you know, if you don't, thumbs down. I don't really
Sounds
care.
okay too.
Ring the bell so you get notified when we put out videos.
Comment.
And
Comment if you've been to this campground. Comment if you know Scott and Allison.
Yep.
And we just would love some interaction with
Yep.
you. So thank you for watching, and
we will
we will
see you soon.
soon.